Hey Product Hunt, I'm really excited to share with you my Focai Notion template, which I built because being a student is really stressful and trying to balance your studies amongst everything else is really quite challenging. You're told you need to find a balance, but not really told how. And if you don't find the balance, you're going to end up burning out, which means poor exam results and poor mental health. So how Focai works is it lets you see the mental energy impact of the stuff going on in your day. So that way you can adapt to changing levels of stress and make sure you don't burn out. That way you can do well in studies and not sacrifice your mental health as a result. So let me show you how this all fits together. So this is the homepage of Focai. This is where you can see what you've got up next and just the other different tabs of Focai. We'll go into some of those later. And this is the quick overview, which is essentially the same as what I'm about to show you, which is the full screen calendar. Now, this is great and very different to any other calendar you would have used as a student. This shows you the mental energy impact of every one of these tasks throughout the day, which is fantastic. Say I need to revise a lot more for tomorrow. I've already got a midterm test tomorrow and I need to revise for it, but say I didn't revise any other day and I need to do it all today, which isn't a great habit to have, but sometimes it happens. So that needs to be a big, long time slot. So you can see how that sum changes, which is much below the target of 15 points. Now, either you can shuffle this to a different day, or you'll have to deal with it by changing the things you're doing, which ease that pressure. So now I'm up to -1.5. If I wanted to add something else in the day, I just click right there and can type something in. Let's say another film, for the example. And I just click on here, put that as an entertainment, and I'm done. I can resize that to how long that would take for the day, but now I'm a little bit better. So you can see there how you would begin to start planning your day around how stressed you may or may not be. Another super helpful feature of Focai is that you can actually just drag in to-do list items straight into the calendar. That really helps students stay on top of things because you don't have to rewrite things. You're not confused as to when things are due and when you're going to fit them into your schedule. I'll quickly demonstrate it here. You just have to open this view here. I have to alphabetize my cereal cupboard. It's got to be in order. So I'm just going to literally drag this down to the bottom of the day here. And here it is. And it's also marked down as a drainer. And that impacts my son. And that way it's super easy to just set that out during the day or the week. Really key thing with all of this is that energy target in the bottom left, right here. That number actually changes. It changes depending on how stressed you are and how much of a risk you are of burning out. And that's great because it means that you know when you're planning your day-to-day that you need to make sure you keep to that to make sure you don't burn out, that you don't exhaust yourself, and that you can still keep up that high level of performance and focus. All right, let's jump into the next section, which is burn control. Burn control is here to basically make sure that you can choose what kind of energy target you've got depending on how close you are to burning out. I'll quickly show you this, but essentially what we've got is a test which is proven to indicate what level of risk of burnout you've got. So after completing this, and I'll quickly run through this here, just for example's sake, you actually get a score of how much risk you are to burning out. So I'm at high risk of burning out, which means ideally I should be at high recovery. And then that will reflect the daily score I've got on my calendar. The last bit we're going to go through is the guided focus session. The guided focus sessions are designed to make sure that you're achieving as much as you can in the time that you've got. So before the session, you actually set SMART goals for yourself to stay accountable. During the session, use the Pomodoro timer to make sure you keep your attention level high. And after the session, you reflect on where you might have succeeded and where you might have failed. So that way you can maybe catch patterns of what might be stopping you from achieving what you need to achieve in the time that you've got. Thank you very much for watching my product demo there. I'd love to hear from some of you guys how maybe using a calendar with mental energy awareness would actually change the way that you worked. But thank you very much for watching, and please check out Focai.app.